Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, starting off with cloudy conditions with some low clouds in the area, not tracking any precip or lightning in the area today. We'll see a fairly quiet weather day ahead as we'll see these low clouds slow to clear out of here, but we'll see some additional sun as we get into the afternoon, and we'll see a return of some shower and possibly a thunderstorm chance as we move through the overnight time frame this evening. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, weak area of high pressure in over the region as this area of low pressure tracks off to the northeast. We're going to see the stationary boundary lifting northward as we go into the evening this evening. That's going to bring that shower or storm chance into the area, mainly as we get past the 10 p.m. time frame this evening. We look at current conditions this morning: overcast at 1,000 feet, winds out of the northwest at 7 knots, temperature at 61 degrees, and our relative humidity is at 90%. Looking at the current visible satellite, we can see lots of clouds slacked in over the area. You can see the low-level clouds underneath this deck of high clouds. The deck of high clouds will stick around today, so we'll get some filtered sun as we get into the afternoon as these low clouds start to move out of the area. Taking a look at the high-resolution model, see what we can expect for the next few days. Again, as mentioned, quiet conditions as we move through the day today, fairly light winds, seasonable temperatures, decreasing low clouds as we get into the afternoon. But as we go into the evening time frame, we will see that warm front lifting into the area, and passing that 10 p.m. time frame, we'll start to see some of these reflectivity values inching their way over the local Wallops area. It's going to bring a chance of showers into the area, pretty good chance of seeing some shower activity around the area. A slight chance of seeing an embedded thunderstorm with this activity through the first part of it, and then as we move through the later early morning hours of Friday, still seeing a chance for some light rain showers pushing through, but we should see that start to taper off as we move into the start of the day on Friday, with some low clouds possibly lingering around the area. Otherwise, we'll see a slight chance of a pop-up shower as we move through the day on Friday. As you can see, some reflectivity values simulated there. Other models indicating a bit more in the possibility of that, but just looks like a slight chance, a better chance of a pop-up shower will arrive in the afternoon, and even more so as we get later afternoon and into the evening time frame, as we'll have a cold boundary pushing towards the area, and that's going to bring a better chance for some showers and storms. As you can see, quite a bit of coverage here. Could see some stronger storms with this activity. The Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk for severe weather, with the main threat being some stronger wind gusts with this activity as it moves through. Should see that tapering off during the overnight time frame as that boundary pushes through and things start to dry out once again. And we'll start off the day with dry conditions, moving through much of the early part of Saturday with dry conditions, but once again we'll see a daily chance of an afternoon shower or storm popping up as another boundary swings through the area during that time frame, and then we'll clear that out as we go into the evening time frame. So looking at our 24-hour weather risk for today, seeing green conditions as we move through our working hours today. Cloudy conditions this morning. We'll see ceilings rising to around 2,000 feet as we get into the late morning, first part of the afternoon, and then we'll see those ceilings clearing out as we move through the afternoon as that low cloud deck starts to move out. That's going to allow temperatures to warm up to around 74 degrees, so right about seasonable for this time of year. We'll see winds turning more westerly to southwesterly, 5 to 10 knots, with peak winds up around 15 knots. But as mentioned, overall green conditions as we move through working hours. We'll be back to overcast conditions as we go into the evening. As that warm boundary starts to approach, we'll see that orange risk for precip picking up mainly as we pass the 10 p.m. time frame and continuing until about 2 a.m. as that will be the best chance for some shower activity, as well as a slight risk for a thunderstorm embedded within that activity. With those showers, could see a slight uptick in the winds, 7 to 12 knots, but otherwise just seeing a southerly wind continue through much of the early morning hours. We do pick up a risk for some low clouds as we get into the past that 2 a.m. time frame, and we'll continue with a slight chance of a shower lingering around the area into the sunrise time frame there, and those winds will be turning more southwesterly. We'll see our low temperature just around 63 degrees, and starting off with cloudy conditions as we move into our Friday. Tides are running normal. Friday will start off mostly cloudy, and we'll see some periods of partly cloudiness at times as we move through the day. That slight chance of an isolated shower early on, but the better chance of showers and storms will arrive later in the day, into the afternoon, and even more so into the evening when that boundary starts to push through the area. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions, but expecting those conditions to stay below wind advisory through this time period here. But we do have that orange risk for precip and lightning with that, again, mainly later in the day, and again, could see some stronger storms with that Storm Prediction Center having that marginal risk for severe weather. We'll see a warmer day with a high around 76 degrees, and then we'll start off with similar conditions as we go into Friday evening with that orange risk for showers and storms, likely still lingering around the area before that boundary starts to push out of the area. And with those stronger storms and the boundary pushing through, we do increase to a yellow risk for that wind advisory threat in the area with those stronger winds with the storms, as well as that frontal passage moving through the area. So breezy conditions. We'll see our low temperature around 61 degrees. And then Saturday, overall starting off quiet with partly to mostly cloudy conditions. And then we'll see a chance of that afternoon shower or thunderstorm moving through with that second boundary. So looking at a yellow risk for precip and lightning. And we will stay fairly breezy through the day as well, so keeping a yellow risk for those elevated winds at or above 25 knots with a high around 75 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. Take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.